Well, there were mixed fortunes on the Giants table, the squat for maximum. Most people opted, in fact everyone opted for 2 of the 3 allowable lifts. It was left to the big men at the end, quite frankly, Dale Norris and Dave Meir, to prove themselves the very best, both of them with 360 kilograms. Still in first and second place overall.
The director producers were trying to get me to this next event, have a little go against you, but you know, you think you got a little bit of advantage on me on this one?
I don't think that's wise, because I've probably got about 15 stone advantage on you.
Does that weight obviously count in this?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
the smaller guys are going to struggle against the bigger guys.
Absolutely. What we've got here is what we call a basic tug of war, but instead of just holding the rope, they're in harness. So they're actually using the whole body plus their arms, and they're harnessed in. But basically it's still tug of war. They have to pull it round these 2 cylindrical objects by the vehicles, and then there's a centre line, a mark, as you can see, and as they pull against each other, that mark will either go to the left or to the right. And after 60 seconds, which is the time limit for the event, where that mark finishes, either left or right of the centre, is the winner.
Well, there'll be 3 heats. The winners of those 3 heats will go through to the semi-final. They'll be joined by the best loser, that is to say the competitor that hangs on longest before being beaten. He'll make up the 4th member of the semi-final.
I've heard you had quite an event in the tug of war against the Bill Kesmeyer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did that go on for?
Cheating, so-and-so.
Cheating?
Yeah, nearly 10.5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, he put his foot on a stone underneath the sandpit. It was in sand on a 1-to-1. It's probably the longest tug of war ever, you know.
Really?
And years after, he says, you know that tug of war that we did, that I won? I said, yes. He says, well, I had my foot on a stone under the sand. There was actually a stone in the sandpit, like a solid stone. He got his foot behind it as a lever. So he cheated after all those years.
He's a cheater, is he?
He's a cheater. Bill, if you remember, you're a cheater, yeah.
Good loser.
No, I'm not. No.
Well, the first pairing in the first heat, Dale Norris and Gary Gardner. This is Norris. Totally different statures. He's only 5'10" against a man at 6'8", and really it's difficult to know who will prevail here, with the lower centre of gravity of Dale Norris or the long levers of Gary Gardner. But no one yet moving. Just got to keep feet on the deck. Dale Norris. What is he moving forward? I think he is, and there's momentum coming from Gary Gardner. Gary Gardner, is he there yet? He is, I think. Yes. Is he there yet? No, he isn't. Yes, he is now. He is now. So Gardner goes through to the semi-final, and Dale Norris is one of the losers. Now Dave Meir. He's against Liam O'Sullivan. This is the second of the heats, with Gary Gardner going through from the first, so we know he's through to the semi-final. Liam O'Sullivan then against Dave Meir. Now then, Meir on the left of your shot. Liam O'Sullivan will have a job to hold Dave Meir, I would think, and Meir already starting to move him. Well, this is a tug of war with a difference. The rope around 2 wheels at the far end, so they're both at the same end. It's a bit unusual, but Dave Meir wins it well.
I see they opting for different kinds of footwear.
Yeah. They're sissies. In my day, it's bare feet and broken glass.
Really?
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah, a little bit of glue, you know. But no, they can obviously wear trainers.
Or a rock.
Lifting boots, or mountain boots is a favour of the month, you know. Very good grippy, a bit like slicks on motor racing, you know. But in my day, we had a little, box of tricks, a little bit of carpet glue on the bottom, or tacky, or, so you literally stick into the floor as you walk.
And that's all legal?
Well, ish, yeah. you just didn't tell them.
We like the ish.
You just had the edge all the time.
It's all about the edge.
Yes, it's got to have the edge.
Well, the final heat coming up now, and it's Lewis McLean versus James Fennelly. McLean on the far side. I just wonder how he's prepared for this competition overall.
It's always hard because Glenn changes stuff all the time, so you can't have the same thing all the time for Glenn because he's always changing equipment, so it's kind of hard to have the same as him. I don't know, you can always say that this one suits you, that one suits you, but you never know who you're up against, so it might never suit you, you know. It just all depends who's in your group and who's good at what, so it always changes.
Well, here we go then. McLean, here he is, big fella, versus James Fennelly on the right of your shot. Very, very even, these two. Nothing happening yet. Look at the clock ticking down. A lot of support. You can hear the support being issued from the crowd. Now, who's going to win this one? This is going to be a test of stamina as well as strength here. So there's a physiology about this particular bit. And it looks as though James Fennelly is starting to move him. He has, but that was a long competition, and Lewis McLean will certainly be the best loser and go to the semi. Well, now we come to the 5th and 6th playoff here. Dale Norris versus Liam O'Sullivan. Now, who will be 5th and who will be 6th? Because remember, there's 2 points and 1 point on offer here. Liam O'Sullivan being pulled away, and Dale Norris is looking good at this stage. He's getting some momentum onto this pull. Very close. And this looks like Dale Norris to me. There it is. There it is. So Dale Norris is in 5th and Liam O'Sullivan in 6th, so we know the first 2 places.
Well done, guys. That was for 5th and 6th position. Is that how you would expect to finish?
Well, it's not great, really. It's an alien movement for me. It's a new event, so.
A new event. And for yourself, you done that one before?
No, new event, yeah. Just more practice needed, really, that's all.
Sure. So how does that affect you going into the remaining events?
It shouldn't affect me too mad.
You've got a good position anyway.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, well done, guys.
Well, the first semi-final, Lewis McLean versus Gary Gardner. McLean, of course, had that big battle with James Fennelly in qualifying in one of the heats, and so this is going to be a big test for him. And Gardner looked very good indeed, didn't he, in the qualification? Tall figures just running him backwards. And that's it. So that was very easy, and clearly McLean suffering from the early pressure brought upon him by Fennelly. Well, certainly Dave Mear goes in this second semi-final. He's had a hectic time of it late and hasn't been able to prepare entirely well. Let's hear what he has to say before this second semi-final.
It was only 3 weeks since the English qualifiers for I had a week off. I had a week at the gym and then a week off before this, so really the preparation for this has been minimal. It's just been a quick couple of sessions down the gym to keep myself fresh, and a lot of rest and a lot of food, really, trying to get ready for it.
But we'll see whether that's all worked. James Fennelly on the near side. Oh, and a fall there by Dave Mear. Has recovered well, though. He's already pulling away, and this looks like a win for Mear. It certainly is, and there you've got it. Dave Mear goes through to the final against Gary Gardner. Good final that'll be. So now the 3rd and 4th playoff. Lewis McLean versus James Fennelly. Who will be 3rd, who will be 4th? This is James. Big fella. Now then. McLean just trying to get the edge here, and Fennelly looks to be moving backwards nicely, and he's gone. That's it. Fennelly wins, McLean is gone. So James Fennelly is 3rd, Lewis McLean is 4th.
James, a win for you there for 3rd place. Well done. You pleased with that?
Yeah, I knew it would be tough because Lewis is very fit, you know. He's like myself, he's good, well built, so I knew it would be, we're same kind of body weight as well, so. Yeah, I've had even enough games, so but Lewis is carrying an injury, so that gave me a slight bit of advantage, you know.
I was going to ask you, Lewis, was that what held you back in that one?
Yeah, you just can't push off it too much because of the angle. It's just the way it comes down and goes in. It's just pushing off. It's just too sore.
But you're still holding in there. Are we going to see more of you?
Yeah, we've got the egg next and the cars next, so it'll be fine.
Before all of that, the final. Dave Mear versus Gary Gardner. Gardner nearest to us. Tall man, 6'8", long levers. Will use those to full effect, I would think. He looked good in qualifying for this final. moving slightly out to get the best possible rain. Oh, and I have a feeling, well, there wasn't much from Dave Meir on that occasion, I have to say, and Gary Gardner is the winner.
Guys, let me get amongst you here. Well done. You seem to let him have that one.
No, that'd be naughty, that would. You see, if we roll up my best mate to be in a final with me, no, that'd be really naughty. You're not supposed to do things like that, so I wouldn't have given him that at all.
No, well done, Gary. You had an excellent performance there. Pleased with that one?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We really did. Now, you're both very different shapes and sizes. I mean, you're sort of taller and longer and leaner, and you're shorter and stockier. Stockier was what I was going for. Does body weight and height have an advantage?
Body weight does, yeah. Low centre of gravity would help as well, being shorter, but it's one of them things. But we're pretty evenly matched this anyway, so good.
You're saving yourself a little bit here, aren't you?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Well done, boys.
Maybe, but there it is. First place to Gary Gardner. He takes the 6 points. Then Dave Meir in second, James Penderley third, Lewis McLean fourth, Dale Norris fifth, and Liam O'Sullivan in sixth with 1 point. Well, there's the overall situation now. Dave Meir and Dale Norris, the two ahead, with Gary Gardner closing in on 28 points, James Penderley 26.5, Liam O'Sullivan 23.5, and Lewis McLean with 17 is definitely in trouble. Next up then, it's the golden egg. 145 kilograms of golden egg must be lifted into the giant egg cup as many times as possible as it rises.